Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 LEGO Star Wars sets to play with in the bathtub. Core childhood memories are always playing with your LEGO sets in the bathtub, so let's get into this ranking. At the number 10 spot, I got X-Wings. Okay, you can't go wrong with a good classic X-Wing, especially this one. This is the one I grew up with when I was younger. Pretty sweet X-Wing. Pretty sweet in the bathtub, to be honest, bro. Flying that thing around, going crazy. If you really want to spice up your X-Wing time in the bathtub, you can grab your 4 plus set here. Now this one's kind of sick because I feel like this is a perfect bathtub set. You get your X-Wing, and then you get your little build on the side you can put on the side of the tub. So you can have your X-Wing fly by and then go absolutely crazy shooting it. That's why I put the Death Star cannon set in there, just because you can have that with the bigger X-Wing sets, which is pretty sweet little combo you got going on there. So, the number 9 spot, I have microfighters, my bad. These are pretty sick to have in the bathtub, okay? You can have your bigger ships that you normally wouldn't bring in, but in miniature form. So, I don't know, fly around with Rex's Y-Wing, X-Wings, obviously, Millennium Falcons. Just you have so many options for fights in the bathtub you can have with these sets. It's kind of unstoppable. So yeah, you got those. At the number 8 spot, I got buildable characters. Now, I feel like this is severely underrated because look, like the buildable characters, some of them are pretty sweet, like this Grievous, Boba Fett, and Cody. So if you have these bad boys in there, you could definitely be going crazy with like I don't know what you want to do. There's not that many options you could do with these, but I feel you should have this on the list because I've definitely had some buildable characters in the tub with me. The number 7 spot, it's kind of similar as the X-Wings, but you got Jedi Starfighters, okay? Yeah, you could definitely have a blast with these. I know I have. You can have your Jedi's going crazy, pair it up with like a Vulture droid here, and you can have them flying over, crash into the water. You gotta love it, okay? Yeah, get your Jedi Starfighters. Pretty sweet to fly around the tub. Pretty easy to transport too. It's not going to be a big deal. At the number 6 spot, honestly, kind of basic, but I got a Republic gunship, okay? You want your troops flying into battle over water, and you can have it crash in. You got your troops stuck in the water, okay? It's all about the storyline that's going on in the tub. I think this honestly is a pretty sick one because you just got a gunship in the water, flying above, hovering. You can have it land in the water, crash, whatever you want. Honestly, it's a pretty sick concept of having the gunship in the water. At the number 5 spot, I got the AT-AT. Okay, now specifically this 2014 one, I think. Okay, this is the one I had, and this thing in the bathtub. If you fill it up to the right level, you could have it walking perfectly, so the top isn't covered in water, and you can like really do some crazy stuff going on there. You can have it walking around, throw in a snow speeder if you want, and here's the thing too. If you're an absolute Chad, you could throw in your UCS AT-AT into the tub, and that thing's just absolute chef's kiss. Walking around in there, you can like recreate that level on Kashyyyk and Jedi Fallen Order, I think, where Cal Kestis is going on the AT-ATs and they're in the water. Pretty sick, honestly. Like this one in the bathtub, I've done it myself. It's pretty sick. Okay, like you can't go wrong with an AT-AT in the tub. Pair it with your snow speeder, even though it's not on Hoth, but it's still kind of cool. So definitely recommend doing an AT-AT in the tub. It's pretty sick. Number 4 spot, I got a Naboo Starfighter. Now, personally, this is one of my favorite ships in Star Wars, and I've done this where you just have that thing just zipping around in the tub. Okay, like you're going crazy, you're flying it around. Personally, what I like to do when I was younger is take off like the engines here, I guess, and just have it like pretend like it shot off. It was battle damage. It flew into the ground or in the water. It would just explode, and then this thing would just zip around so perfectly in the tub. That's why I have it at my number 4 spot. So my top three here, it's gonna get a little crazy, but let's just go ahead and take a look at this. So at the number 3 spot for you absolute studs out there is if you bring a UCS Venator into the tub, you might just be him, okay? You're laying in the tub, okay? You grab your UCS Venator, you have that thing hovering around, okay? Another thing you could do with this too is you can pair your microfighters with this and have it go around shooting around the UCS Venator. And I feel like the Venator just fits perfectly in the tub, playing in the tub with Lego sets. You know, it's just a perfect set for you absolute studs out there that want to do this. Um, at my number two spot, I got the Java sail barge. Okay. Now, this could very be replaced as my number one spot, but my number one spot I've most done recently. But the sail barge, this is just perfect. Okay. It's a barge. It's a sail barge. Okay. You can have that thing floating around in the tub, hovering above the tub, and it's just an absolute vibe. Okay. You get Java partying on the tub. You can throw your little Sarlacc pit on the side, or even in the water, and have your skiffs going around paired up with that. Uh, Again, if you're an absolute Chad, you can throw in the UCS sail barge, which is a pretty cool move on your part if you'd be doing that. But yeah, you could easily take the smaller one and just go crazy with that on its own, and it'd still be a pretty fun time because you could just be cruising with Jabba on the barge. You could put all sorts of minifigures in this, just having a good time on the lake, I guess, in your tub. Uh, Before we get to number one, I got honorable mentions. Now, this is another underrated one: is microfighter builds. These are just kind of perfect if you don't want to get your big sets wet and you just want to like chill with some little ones. Have these things flying around. Pair it up with your UCS Predator again. You can have your little ships going around, your big capital ship. But no, definitely sweet little builds for bathtub accessories. I guess you can just like look. You get little X wings, I guess, and like I can barely see out of this mask, so I think this is an X wing. But you get a ghost. Yeah, you get all these like cool little ships fly around in your bathtub. My other one here is the Gungan sub. Now, you may be saying to yourself like Gungan sub with water, that's the got to be the number one spot. No, I feel like the Gungan sub, you can't really do much with the Gungan sub. Like, yeah, it floats underwater, but does the Gungan sub like do anything other than just go underwater? Like, you ain't doing much with the Gungan sub, to be honest. So, yeah, I have it in honorable mentions. You can still bring it in; it's still pretty cool. But yeah, I also have like the midi scale like ships here. You could if you don't want to like bring in like your big like Tantive set, I guess you can bring in this and just have it chilling. Have them on the side with their stands. You could pretend like you're flying your advent calendar ships into them from these. Be pretty sick, you know. You got some options, but yeah, I had it at honorable mentions. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. For my number one spot, I have Jango Fett's Slave One and Obi-Wan Starfighter. Okay. This one I've done recently, and it's an absolute blast. Okay. You get so many Camino vibes with this. You can have your Obi-Wan ship pulling up, you know, trying to figure out what's going on Camino. And then you can have Django like pull up and he's like, yeah, I don't think so, and just start blasting. And it's just an absolute great time because you're kind of recreating the scene from the movie and it just works perfect with the water. And yeah, I've done this recently, and I just had an absolute blast. Um, that's all I can really say on this. I wasn't really a big fan of this Jango Fett's Slave One here, but the second I threw that bad boy in the tub, I was like, my mind was blown pairing it up with Obi-Wan Starfighter. It was just absolute crazy time. But yeah, that's kind of what I got here. Definitely go and give this a try. Give all of these a try because who doesn't love playing with Legos in the tub? It's a top 10 experiences of all time. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share today is my list on these Lego sets. My ranking of the top 10 Lego sets I think are epic for the tub. Leave a comment if you think I should change it or if you have a different set you enjoyed playing with in the tub. And yeah, I'd be very interested to see what other sets you guys are playing with in the tub because, you know, we all have different sets that we like and maybe someone cooked up some other ideas. But yeah, that's the idea for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Maybe I'll do some more rankings of outdoor sets. But yeah, subscribe for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.